Well, you often hear that the view of the very rich is they don't want to pay any more in taxes. Not all the rich. I think there's the Hollywood rich, maybe, who might rally around the likes of Bernie Sanders. There are many in that community that like Hillary Clinton as well. And then there's the Patriotic Millionaires. It's actually a group, a large and growing group. Morris Pearl is the chair of Patriotic Millionaires. And Morris's view, their view, is that the rich, millionaires more to the point, indeed should pay more than they are now. Morris joins you right now. Good to have you.
Thank you, Neil.
You don't have as a group a candidate, but you personally like Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, right?
Yeah, I would vote for one of the Democratic candidates, yes.
Okay. The top rate now is 39.6%. If you throw in the stuff for health care and the rest, it gets into the mid-40s. How much higher should it be?
So what we're proposing right now, we're backing the Carried Interest Fairness Act that Tammy Baldwin and
Right.
Congressman Levin proposed, that basically would require people that earn carried interest to pay that 39.6%, just like you do,
right,
instead of the 20% rate that they pay now on their labor.
No, that's a good point. And others have espoused what you are, but beyond just those in your club.
Sure.
But the feeling seems to be that your group would sooner endorse higher taxes than restraining spending. What do you say?
Well, we believe the tax should be more progressive. We created the group in late
Pretty
2010.
progressive now, don't you think?
Well, it could be more. We created the group in late 2010 when it was only 35% to tell the president that he should let the Bush tax cuts expire for the wealthiest and let the top rate go to 39.6%.
And indeed he did. But are you troubled with the fact that almost half the people in this country, some for very good reason, retirees, what have you, don't pay any federal taxes? They pay FICA tax and the rest. I take nothing away from that. Many are retirees. Take nothing away from that. But that number, the non-paying number, has doubled since I was in grad school. And I'm wondering, that can't be a productive move going forward.
Well, we're really focusing on the fact that the wealthiest are really taking advantage of the system by using their money to get more political power and using their political power to get more money.
But that's a separate argument, right?
Well, yes.
You want to rein them in by taxing them more.
Yeah, we're looking for more fairness and more...
You don't think someone paying close to 40% is fair?
Well, yeah, we think that is fair. It's the ones who are only paying 20% and earning a lot more than those who are paying 40%. Those are the ones who are taking advantage of the system. So you want to just bring that, whether it's carried interest, are you a fan of the Buffett rule that millionaires pay at least 30%, all of that? Yeah, we were with President Obama in the White House when he made his Buffett rule speech on April 15th, 2012. We
still don't have that, but the argument being that the rich should pay at least a minimum amount, right? Higher than
yes. We're looking at this as an opportunity, this one issue we're focusing on, to really give Senator Hatch and Congressman Ryan the opportunity to show that they're not owned by Wall Street, that they really can do what's right for the people in Utah.
Here's what I want to
and everywhere else.
I understand that when I hear Democrats or progressives talking about raising taxes, they're far more creative coming up with ways to get money than to control the spending of money. You know what I mean? That I don't see, and maybe in your case you're different, the same skill set being applied to reining in the size of government. It's grown out of control where we do need to pay more taxes to be able to afford it.
Well, we think there's things that government does that need to be done. We really believe there's lots of things that have to be done collectively. And that
but if you do everything, let's say college tuition for everybody, mortgage relief for everyone who's been screwed. I mean, it's endless, right? Well, you could argue you would need a top rate of 80% to cover all of that.
Well, I don't think that would be appropriate, and we've not talked about those issues at all.
Don't you think you should? Don't you think you should talk about ways to control spending before you talk about giving more money to continue to spend?
Well, no, we think there's certain things that are necessary, like clean water for everyone in Michigan, for instance. And we think the efforts to reduce government is really hurting people and hurting.
I don't think you have to worry about government getting smaller. Under Republican, Democratic presidents alike, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, there's
got an $18+ trillion debt.
And I think America's doing great. We have more people employed today.
That debt is going to choke your kids, your grandkids, everyone.
It's not choked me. It's American debt has been fine for centuries.
You're obviously savvy at what you do. You're obviously very good with money. You can't live with that growing at the rate it's growing.
I disagree, sir. I think there's thousands of people.
Keep printing money and keep faking people.
Well, there's millions of people in this country who don't earn enough to afford to buy silk ties like we're wearing, who really need some relief.
That's not my point. You just don't think that that's a problem?
No, I don't.
Okay.
The U.S. government is borrowing money, interest rates at lower rates.
And do you think that'll last a while?
It will.
Really?
It will. Because
how did you get your millions?
People are sending their money to New York, mostly by investing.
Okay.
I worked for investment management firms. I invested my own money and did very well for myself. But because of the infrastructure that America has, people send their money to New York because of our strong regulation, our strong infrastructure.
I don't see that continuing. We're piling up a lot of bad stuff. But you're doing very well.
Yeah.
Moritz Perl, you're putting your money where your mouth is. You think you should pay more, and you're willing to pay more.
I am.
You just frightened me with that. But you're a good sport. I appreciate that. Moritz Perl, Patriotic Millionaires Chair. We have a lot more after this.